All right, Coach. NCAA Women's Championships are right around the corner. You've got three women going: Julia and Lauren on the one and the three, and then Allison as a freshman on the platform. We'll start talking about those veterans that are going on the two springboard events for you. Julia and Lauren have both shown at different times that they're capable of making finals and even contending for podium and championship spots if they bring it on a certain day.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them have had their best meets yet for this year, and so they've got something inside of them that has yet been seen. And when that comes out, I mean, it's definitely going to be up there. Of course, my goal is to get them both in the finals and maybe get in position maybe to win an event. I think they're capable, but they got to dive lights out. But they had to dive lights out just to get into the NCAA, so it's going to be a challenge.
Lauren, especially, talk about her making it as a senior, and it came down to her very last dive at zone diving, not just to qualify on the three, but she also had to qualify on the one with the same dive based on the scoring rules. To have a senior and basically their entire career comes down to that one dive and they're able to pull it off. What are the emotions that go into that? And then at the same time, I think it's got to bring you a lot of personal pride.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably more drama-filled competition than normal because you got your own athletes competing against themselves to get into the nationals. And through a series of events, Lauren found herself in that position. She just missed making it on the 1 meter, and which means she had to be top 8 on the 3 meter. Since Jules had made it on the 1 meter, she only had to be in the top 12 on the 3 meter. And so Jules won the first list on the 3 meter, and it looked like there wasn't any way she was going to drop down below 8th. And Lauren did not have very good prelims. And Marissa on the other side didn't either. And so when they came to their second list, Marissa and Lauren were just hitting every single dive. And Jules, meanwhile, missed her first two really bad, dropped from first, I think, to ninth, and or somewhere around there. And then it came down to the last dive. And here, Jules did her dive. She's in 8th place. And now Lauren has to beat Jules in order to get in the NC2As. So it was really exciting. And then you got Marissa back there. You never know what she was going to do because she's the kind of person that can just do stuff you've never seen even in practice. And she was doing a lot of that. So I got 3 girls going to the last dive and just didn't know what was going to happen. And Jules hit her dive, and it looked like Lauren was going to have a tough time getting in. And we did the math and figured she had to have 7s on that dive to get in. And they weren't looking too good in practice. So there was a lot of drama building up to it. And then, of course, she got up there and she put it in. And I saw her parents up in the stand, and they looked like they just gave birth. But it was a tremendous finish. And Marissa Ross right behind her and Jules. So it was exciting.
No such drama on the platform. Allison Need, I think, led after a couple dives in prelims. Ended up finishing 3rd in prelims and 3rd in finals. Never really dropped below 4th or 5th. She was an easy qualifier, and it really seems like her diving has just gotten better and better as the season's gone along.
Yeah, a lot of coaches are kind of curious how we're doing that, seeing we don't have a 10-meter platform, and the amount of times we do get it on it is very infrequent. And you're competing against those that have it on a daily basis. So we really worked hard on her lower level mechanics and foundational stuff because any sport you're in, it comes down to fundamentals. And so we worked on her foundations a lot. So as she started to go up higher, she showed a lot of improvement because her lower skill levels were better. And so we just try to pick and choose our dives and what we're going to do and try to refine this as much as possible. Get to the meet, that's when we do a little training. And her dives are hard enough where if she just stays vertical, she's going to be up there. So she did what she was expected to do, and she was another one that I don't think we've seen the best list out of her yet this year. And hopefully that'll show up next week.
You've coached SEC champions, national champions, a lot of All-Americans. It's been a couple years, though, since you've had somebody finish as an All-American. But I got to think you're confident that if your athletes perform at their highest level, you could have All-Americans in all 3 events this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually the way that it is. When Lauren came in as a freshman, she had 2 years of diving underneath her. And for her to get as far as she could, as she did, within a 4-year period of time is pretty amazing. So this is the year that it all hits, hopefully. We were certainly in position last year to do it, but we didn't perform when we got there. So, they're good. These guys are really good. And if they go there and they give their optimal performance, they're going to be in the top 8. There's no question about it. They've gotten the skills, and they've done the dives, and they put in the time. And so we're just going to hopefully come in there next week and do the job.
Good luck this week, Coach.
All right, thanks.